In this video, I will show you how you can use Ketron Event in live recording, multi-channel MIDI track recording in your studio. I will show you settings on Ketron, computer, in software. So let us start. First, we will start with Ketron. In front of me, I am using Ketron EventX sound module, and I am using MIDI controller. At the same time, I am connected to computer. With one USB MIDI cable, I am connected from controller to Ketron Event, sending messages from controller to Ketron Event, and another USB MIDI cable. I'm thinking about USB cable, but transferring MIDI information through that cable. I'm using that to connect to my computer and communicate between EventX and software. That's why this setting is going to be a little bit different from maybe setting with keyboard, because I have to send messages from controller to module and then from module to software. Now let us see setting. I will go here on this bigger window. Actually, I don't need, you can see everything clearly even on this window here. Maybe bigger window is now better for this part of video. Okay, now you will press menu, then you will go to MIDI, and in MIDI I like to use two settings. One setting is to send messages. By the time I am performing and want to send multi-channel MIDI messages, I want to create idea, start point, and then after that I can work on that point. I can add some new stuff, I can do editing. Then I will move to my next setting. It is going to be standard setting. So I have different settings there because I want to avoid some looping of MIDI informations, and I want to avoid some freezing of the keyboard, freezing of the MIDI, something like that. So that's why I like to use two settings. In player out only, in that setting, I have next setting. On port connection, I have this setting. Look at USB MIDI device, general MIDI. So you can just pause and copy those information that I have here in this setting. Let me just move this a little bit down to make sure that you can see what is there. Look at that. Okay, now that you saw what is there activated, what is not activated, I am working with keyboard, live performing. I chose keyboard now, and there is rest of the setting. Now exit from here. Now I will go to utility. In utility, I did engage clocking because I want to make sure that I'm receiving MIDI clock messages, that my Ketron and Cubase are synchronized. And by the time, if we are talking about synchronization, you can do very well synchronization if you are using MIDI patterns, MIDI styles. If you are using live drums, then Ketron Event doesn't work well with live drums and you cannot establish synchronization. SD90 works much better than Ketron Event. It's much more stable. Many styles that are using live drums, you can actually synchronize them. And I found out a reason for why it is working that way, and I informed Ketron about those differences between SD90 and Event. And I told them what could be a reason to think about to get Ketron Event to work on the way like SD90 is working. Many styles in SD90 that has live drums we can synchronize. Some of them we cannot synchronize, but I figure out why that works sometimes, why doesn't work. So I inform Ketron, and we will see. They will work on that, and hopefully it will be solved. Now, for now, you can do synchronization only for with MIDI styles, MIDI patterns. So if you are working with Event, many of them on SD90 works perfectly well. I already told you that. Now, what do we have? Which kind of, in edit mode, which kind of setting do we have? Now, edit mode, we are sending messages and receiving. We are receiving just one message on global MIDI channel number 1. Through that global, I am sending message from my controller to my sound module. That's why I need this to be activated, to make sure that I can play chord progression and right hand. That is a receiving part of the messages. Sending part of the messages is MIDI channel number 10 drums, 9 groove, bass 5, chord 1, 2, 3 is 6, 7, and 8 MIDI channel, 4 and 5 channels 11 and 12, and then voice 1, MIDI channel 2 and 3, voice 2, MIDI channel 13, 14, and drawbar MIDI channel 15. That is everything that I need to send. Anyway, I can control live. I cannot send messages for live guitars or real chords or real bass or something like that. Just those messages, as I told you, if we are using MIDI patterns. It is enough if we can record that, then the rest of the things we can record in audio format. If we have opportunity to get synchronization, what you can do on SD90, as I mentioned, I inform them and they will work on that. And we want that option, then it will be great. Everything is going to be solved if we have that option. Now that is setting on Ketron. Now I'll exit from Ketron here. And I will just go to this part, and now we can continue to see what do we have here on Cubase. Open Cubase. Now you can see a setting on a Ketron, and on Cubase is identical. MIDI channel number 2, bass 5, then we have chord 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. We have there groove, we have drums, channel 10, groove 9, we have 11 and 12 is for chords 4 and 5, and we have MIDI channel number 1 here. That is not MIDI channel number 16, that is MIDI channel number 1. I just have to change the 16, I don't need it. I have it there because sometimes I am communicated with Roland BK7 and it works on channel 16 for styles. So I'll just erase this channel. I will not indicate which channel. Here I can see that it's MIDI channel number 1. Through MIDI channel number 1, I am sending clocking messages. That's why here, and this channel number 1 is not input connected. I don't want to do any recording. And in voice is not connected. I don't want to do any recording. Sometimes it will record that messages, clocking messages, and it will activate my instrument. Even if clocking is deactivated, it will start style to play. So that's why I'm not recording anything on MIDI channel number 1. It is reserved for communication between controller and module. But on rest of the channels, I have input routing MIDI channel number 1. And for every channel, I did activate in input transformer where I have filtering. So in your situation, it is on and on. You have to go to track, you have to go to open panel, and to make sure that you have channel unequal MIDI channel number and filtering. It means that only that MIDI channel will receive those messages. So you will be able to separate your recording in different channels instead of recording everything on every channel. So that's why you have to do MIDI filtering. Now on this channel MIDI channel number 1, but this is track where I have styles. I want to save style that I am going to choose for this project. Now I will exit from here. I will go to choose style, and I'm going to choose one MIDI style, 8-bit ballad. So I will work with 8-bit ballad. So now I can hear down here, and I can, through my template that I have installed, I can see all my styles and everything that is inside of SD90, and I can go ballad, and I can choose 8 ballad number 5. So look at, if I choose another one, it will switch to another one right away. Now I'm controlling my styles from Cubase with my template, and now I am choosing ballad 5, and that is going to be saved with project. Whenever I call project, it will call that style. Now for rest of the tracks, I put rest of the tracks in program selection on off, because I don't want to interfere with messages from Cubase, and I want to keep default instruments of that style. So I don't want Cubase to send any kind of messages to that style because it is going to change instruments and change some happening. I don't want to. I want to use default instruments for now. When I'm continuing to work and anymore, if I don't need any more that style parts, if I want to change something, then I can just easily put this part on mute, style part on mute, and then I can change instruments, whatever I want to change. But for now, everything is on off for each track. Every true choice of instrument is on off. So now, synchronization, transport, project synchronization, destination is Ketron event. Now, I want to make sure that everything is working correctly. I will press A minor, and I will start. So something doesn't work well. What and why? Because I will go to transport, project synchronization, and check what do we have here. I have MIDI function activated and disactivated. Double activation causes me problem. I will just have one activation. And now play it. Excellent. So there is one tip that I gave you to make sure that you don't have double of same instrument. You will get somehow double tempo or some kind of confusion in tempo. Now, I want to make sure that I have properly recording of everything, even variations, my solo section, then fills. So I will activate here autofill, go again to the track. What I like to do, I want to activate count in. A count in, it will prepare my synchronization. Even on first measure, it is going to be okay, everything. If I don't activate, then first measure is not going to be stable. It will be a little bit late, and it will catch later with synchronization. But now, if I activate this, it will right away prepare keyboard on proper way for recording. Now, I'm going to do recording. I'm just pressing record on my Logitech for computer keyboard. I'm recording multi-channel, MIDI, variation 2, next. Ending. Maybe I didn't press ending. Yeah, I didn't press ending. I just put finger a little bit. Okay, now I will stop it with my keyboard. Now we have multi-channel MIDI track recording. We can see that everything is different in every of those channels. Now we want to make sure that everything is working properly well. Now some channels are not recorded because they don't have instruments there. Now I will disconnect this. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to first I will put this down for a moment, and I will switch to this camera here. And now I will press menu, and now in menu I'm going to go to MIDI, and remember now I will go from this template to my listening template. In my listening standard template I have next setup, port connection, same. Utility, no more MIDI clock. I don't need it anymore. Now I am working. I got everything that I need. Now I want to use virtual instruments, add some another keyboards, do editing. So my idea in live performing is done. No more that connection. Now in edit, now I'm not sending any message anymore from EventX, because from now I'm controlling EventX and every another keyboard and virtual instruments from my controller. Whatever I want to add, any sound, it doesn't matter, is that from Event, from virtual instrument, from couple of my instruments, Integra, Motif, and some others, then I can use my controller and control Cubase and control everything in my room. Now, in this setting, I have receiving messages activated, and they are same like channels. Everything is same like in previous window. Just here I have a global as well there, and I have registration performance MIDI channel number 16. I keep that channel to receive messages if I'm doing live performing from Unreal Book from iPad on that MIDI channel. So it doesn't interfere anything. Nothing is recorded on that channel. I am not using that channel in my project because that channel is reserved for my live performing, and all other settings I'm using as well in live performing, and I'm setting from my live controller same messages on same channels if I control instruments, mixing of the style, if I want to control portamento, mono, polyphone, whatever I want to control. Now I'm using same setting. So that is good idea. So now let us see how it works. My recording is that successful, and let us try it. Beautiful. See? Everything synchronized. We have fill. Again fill, and then we are going to variation C, and we have solo section that I played on channel number 2, and here on this place it was supposed to be ending, but I forgot to press button, but then I will soon press the button and we will have ending. Excellent. So we have multi-channel recording on Ketron Event. Everything is working so good. So if you are dealing with multi-channel MIDI tracks, everything is working fine on Ketron Event. But as I mentioned, if you want to do, if you want to record live drums, then what is very interesting on SD90, you have separate output 3 and 4. That is where headphones output. That is they put new software, and you can just send drums. And by the time you are recording MIDI, you can record audio of drums on that separate output and have just audio drum recording, well synchronized with many styles. With some of them, it doesn't work. As I mentioned, I informed Ketron why is that happening and what is solution of that problem, and they are now taking care about that to hopefully make it work everything in Ketron EventX. Okay guys, now let us listen that one more time and see are those tracks separately recorded. Now we have bass, just bass, we have drums, we have solo. So we can listen everything together. We have everything recorded very well. So hopefully this video will help you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe and recommend this channel to other people. It is worthy. You can learn a lot of things, very good things from this channel, and it will help you in your work with this beautiful instrument, Event. I really like Event. And I'm enjoying that it's my main instrument now. See you in my next video. Let me just put this down and stop recording. Bye.